Alrighty, so here it is. I'm just going to quickly show you guys what I came up with for the road trip performance task, and I actually enjoyed doing this. So thank you to Madison and Victoria. You guys completed yours. For those of you that didn't, there's still time. Give it a shot. It's a pretty fun project. Okay, so but here we are. Part one, it says choose your destination and calculate the total gas price for your road trip. Your possible destinations were, there they are: Anaheim, California; San Diego, California; Phoenix, Arizona; and Salt Lake City, Utah. All right, so for my trip, I picked San Diego, California. So if you notice the box right there, it gives us a gallons of gas needed for one way only. It is 9 gallons of gas required to get me one way to San Diego, California. But of course, I have to keep in mind that I'm going to need to get back. So I'm going to have to calculate the cost for gas for both ways. So what I'm going to do is this right here. The current price of gas is $3.54 per gallon. So I am going to do this right here. All right, so what have we learned about multiplying decimals? We go ahead and take that decimal out of the situation and act like it's not even there. Go ahead and get our multiplication on. 4 times 9 gives me 36. I put that 3 up there. 5 times 9 gives me 45. Then I'm going to add 3 to that, so I'm going to get an 8 right here. And I'm going to put my 4 right up there. From 4, 45, 48. Then I have 3 times 9, which gives me 27, and then 27 plus 4 is going to give me 31. So now I go back to the original numbers here. How many decimal points, how many numbers are to the right of the decimal point? 2. So that means that my answer is going to have 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point. That means my answer is going to be $31.81 in gas. If I was to do this the other way, I can make a box with these numbers if I absolutely need to. That is perfectly fine if that's what works for you. So 9, of course, he's going to be hanging out all by his little old lonesome because it's just a 9, right? 9 ones. Then I'm going to have 300. All right. Then I'm going to have 50, and I'm going to have 4. I'm going to multiply all these things together. So 9 times 3 is 27. If I tack on those 2 zeros, I have 2,700. 9 times 5 gives me 45. If I put the 0 on, there we go, 450. Last but not least, 9 times 4 is 36. Then it is up to you how you add those numbers together after that. But you are going to still get this number here. Okay? Keeping in mind that you're putting that decimal point 2 places so that there are 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point. Now, once again, since we understand that this is only for one way, we have to find out how much it would cost for us to go there and back. So I can do that one of 2 ways. I can either just add 3186 together, or I can take this and multiply it by 2. It's the same thing. Repeated addition form right there and multiplication form. So pick whichever way you prefer in this one here. Of course, 5th graders, you should be able to do that one right there. Okay. And if I do it over here, 6 times 2 is 12. That gives me that. It gives me that. It gives me that. So for my pick my destination and for my gas, I came up with $63.72 to get me to San Diego, California. In a perfect world, it would only require 9 gallons of gas to get me from, well, where I stay is Belleville, Michigan, all the way to San Diego, California. But for the purposes of this assignment, we're going to act like that's actually a thing, okay? So then that's going to take us to part 2, which is going to be calculating our meal cost. This part can get kind of interesting, right? So you're calculating the meal cost for 4 people. So I pretended that it was me and 3 other people, okay? So I'm going to, of course, pick my husband. I like to name people. I mean, it's not required, of course, but why not? Then I'm going to put what I pick for my meal selection. And then I guess I'm going to say Jaden and Layla. So I guess if I was to make up a story to go along with this, maybe we're going somewhere that the 2 baby girls wouldn't be able to go. So we'll just pretend that's what's going on for now, okay? Either way it goes, let me get to our meal selections, okay? So I'll show you what it has for the meal selections up here. All right, so you see those meal selections right there? So I'm going to put what I would think my family would order from that menu. So I'm going to give Matt 2 cheeseburgers. They are $2.25 a piece. I'm going to give Matt an order of fries, and I'm going to give him a drink, okay? For myself, I'm going to give myself a chicken sandwich. I'm going to give myself an order of fries, and I'm going to give myself a drink. Oh boy, if I was being real, I would give Jaden one of everything on the menu because, man, he eats a lot. But for the purpose of simplicity here, I'm going to just give him a cheeseburger. I am going to also give him some nuggets, though. And I'll give him fries. And I'll give him a drink. In real life, though, you guys, he'd probably eat 2, 3 cheeseburgers, a nugget, a couple fries, if I let him, of course. But, you know, he's a growing boy. I guess we'll leave it at that. Layla, on the other hand, eats like a little bird. She doesn't have much of an appetite, so what I'm going to do is just give her an order of chicken nuggets, fries, and a drink. All right? So, this is what I got going on for our meals. And just so you won't be sitting here watching me do the addition for too long, okay, I'm going to go ahead and write out what those equal. Matt's meal is $7.48. My meal is $6.23. Jaden's meal is $7.22. Layla's little meal is only $4.97. How much am I spending altogether? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start with the biggest number. I'm going to list them out vertically over here so I can add those up. Okay, and when I do, I get a total of $25.90, and that is for a meal for 4 of us. That sounds absolutely glorious. I promise you guys, when we go out to eat in real life, we never go out to eat without spending less than $40, like right off the top, okay? But that's a different story for a different day. I'm sorry, guys. If you haven't noticed, I miss talking to you guys, going back and forth with you. So that was our meal cost. The next thing we have to figure out, we're going to visit an attraction, okay? So you were supposed to pick an attraction based on which city you decided to visit. Since I picked San Diego, I'm going to Legoland. How much does it cost to get into Legoland? It is $67.50 per person. $67.50 per person. So I have to figure out the cost of the admission for 4 people. All right. So here we go. 0 times 4 is, say it with me, 4. 0. 5 times 4 is, say it with me, 20. 7 times 4 is 28, plus this 2 gives me 30. And then 6 times 4 is 24, and then plus 3 gives me 27. Deal with this here decimal point situation up here. There are 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point, so down here there needs to be 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point. That means in order for us 4 to visit Legoland, we are going to spend $270. I hope Legoland is worth it. All right, part 4 is calculating our souvenirs. So let's get to that part. After $270 for admission, though, I don't know if we're going to be getting souvenirs, but for the purposes of this here little thingy, this little project, we'll go ahead and pretend like we will. So let's see. Here are the offerings for the souvenirs right here. Not so bad. So everybody is getting a souvenir. There's 4 people. So once again, I'm going to list my people out and what we would probably get if we were getting souvenirs. Okay. So Matt is a t-shirt type of dude. I'm pretty sure he would get that t-shirt there for $12.50. You guys all know what I'm getting, right? I hope you know that I'm getting that coffee mug, okay? Jaden is probably a magnet type of guy. He likes to connect magnets and postcards and things of that nature, so we're going to get him the magnet. Layla is probably the picture one. Picture, poster, or something like that. So I'm going to pick a poster for her. here's what I got. That's how much our souvenirs are going to cost. What does that add up to? $28.65 for our souvenirs. This is getting to be a pretty costly trip. All right. Last but not least, if we go all the way to California, we're not just going to stay there for one day, right? So the last part here, how much is our hotel going to cost? All right, so here we are. Our hotel, it says, is $85.75 per night. So if you're only staying one night, just add the cost of $85.75 to your total. But we are going to stay 3 nights. We're not just going to go to California and come right back. So what I have to figure out is this here. What's that going to be? So I'm going to just go ahead and take that out for now, right? Disregard that decimal point. Get the math part done first. 5 times 3 gives me 15. 7 times 3 is 21 plus that up there. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2 is 17. 8 times 3 is 24 plus 1 is 25. In our original problem, we had 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point. That means there needs to be 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point in the final answer. So for us to stay at this hotel in San Diego, California, after a long day of Legoland and souvenir shopping, it will cost us $257.25 to stay for 3 nights at the hotel. Last but not least, what is your total cost here, right? So you get all of your costs and you add those up. Put the big number on top first. Go from biggest to smallest. So my biggest expense, oddly enough, was not the hotel. It was the admission to Legoland. Imagine that. All right. So after that, then the hotel was the next biggest expense for me. That was that $257.25. After that, I had a $63.72 bill for gas. Then I have, of course, my souvenir cost was $28.65. And then last but not least, the price for that meal. Okay, and then if I add every last one of those numbers up, the cost for this trip, if we only ate once, right? $645.52. All right, so if you guys did not get a chance to do this, I think you should. It's pretty fun. And if you did get a chance to do it, if you would like to play around with a different set of numbers, I would encourage you to do that as well. This is just a fun way to get some understanding of multiplying decimals. All right, so you guys, I will be posting some more tomorrow. Take care, everybody.